Hej, siemano wam wszystkim ludzie, z tej strony Arturo, witam was na swoim kanale i kontynuujemy Alternatywę. Słuchajcie moi drodzy, w dalszym ciągu nie zdobyliśmy wszystkich dowodów, jeżeli chodzi o naszą niewinność w morderstwie profesora Petrenki. Rozejrzałem się po tej okolicy i tak naprawdę niczego nie znalazłem, dlatego plan jest taki, bo według tego co mówią mi notatki w PDA, powinienem szukać nawet tam, gdzie na pierwszy rzut oka niczego nie widać, więc obstawiam, że w dalszym ciągu musimy znaleźć coś przy mieszkaniu profesora. Z drugiej strony obejrzeliśmy obraz kota, może teraz kiedy będę go próbował pogłaskać dojdzie do jakiejś innej interakcji. Znamy w końcu jego imię.
Homer, come here. Don't be afraid. Now, you see?
O, no właśnie.
Wait, where are you going? And it's gone. Never mind. It didn't just have a label with its name on the neck, but also some pendant with the word performium written on it. I wonder what that means.
Perforium. Cóż to takiego? Dobra, nasza baza danych prawdopodobnie została zaktualizowana. Teolex jest niezależnie działającą firmą, której działalność obejmują badania nad elektronicznymi systemami bezpieczeństwa i androidami. Firma została założona przez członków projektu prowadzonego przez profesora Petrenkę. Zespół badawczy do spraw androidów to jednocześnie ojciec i matka sztucznej inteligencji. Grupa ta stworzyła materiał, który jest w stanie przechowywać olbrzymią ilość informacji. Okej, no dobra, mamy tutaj informacje o androidach z grupy badawczej. System prawny państwa obejmuje konstytucję, która jasno określa prawa i obowiązki obywateli, a także system sprawowania władzy. Sprawy kryminalne są rozpatrywane w sądzie miejskim. Rozpiętość kar waha się od konfiskaty karty osobistej przez 25 lat robót karnych, aż po egzekucję w przeciągu 24 godzin od uprawomocnienia decyzji sądu. W przypadkach, gdy stwierdzenie winy nie nasuwa żadnych wątpliwości, obecny na miejscu android może wyznaczyć samodzielnie dowolną karę za wyjątkiem kary śmierci, bez konieczności postępowania sądowego. Uwaga, nigdy nie atakuj androidów, ani nie wspominaj w ich obecności o ruchu oporu, nawet w żartach. Jeżeli przyłapie cię na tym stróż prawa, aresztuje cię natychmiast. System prawa, perforium. Perforium, pierwiastek chemiczny numer 113 o symbolu PRF, odkryty przez profesora Olega Władimowika Petrenkę. Ten pierwiastek syntetyczny był stosowany jako substytut radu w roli głównego komponentu jednostek sterowania logicznego androidów. Profesor Petrenko otrzymał w 2013 roku Nagrodę Nobla. I tu chyba mamy podpowiedź do tego hasła, które wpisaliśmy w sejfie 113-2013. Na szczęście nam udało się to samodzielnie odkryć. Ale dobra, czy coś jeszcze my tutaj znajdziemy? Spójrzmy ponownie na ten plakat. Wow, cóż to takiego?
The poster reminds me of something. An old movie, maybe? I'll leave it alone. It's the only pretty thing in the place.
Znowu coś pojawiło się w naszym PDA. Nie jestem w stanie zauważyć wszystkiego od razu. Są rzeczy, które trzeba zbadać lub kilkukrotnie użyć.
I think it's coming off. I'll try to straighten it up a bit.
O,
Horror show! I'll be damned! The poster wasn't just decoration.
co my tutaj mamy? Kamerę, jest też płyta.
Hopefully something useful's recorded on the disc. And I'll be able to play it. I wouldn't be surprised if the professor encrypted it. Anyway, Petrenko's murder should be recorded here.
Jeżeli drzwi profesora były monitorowane, to prawdopodobnie będziemy widzieli na nagraniu, kto wchodził do mieszkania.
Bingo! I wasn't the last person who saw the professor alive. I don't care who that woman is. I just hope this will make good enough proof.
No to mamy dowód, który będzie świadczył o naszej niewinności. Powinniśmy cofnąć się do magazynu i przekazać go tamtemu kolesiowi. Czy dowiemy się cennych informacji o Endorze w tym przypadku? No mam przynajmniej taką nadzieję. Mieszkanie Richarda. Okej. Ulica za rogiem. Wejście do magazynu.
So, have you decided you want to die?
I don't think so. I have proof I wasn't the last one speaking with the professor.
What proof?
This one. It's a recording from...
Shut up, I'm not blind. Ah, an old friend of mine. I know this girl a little already. So you're not the murderer after all. What a shame. I hoped I'd be able to do away with the crackpot who killed the professor myself. But what can I do? Let's go upstairs instead of standing here in the middle of the warehouse. So you want to become part of the resistance, to fight the establishment.
Exactly.
Considering you found that proof, you're probably worth cooperating with. I had a feeling you didn't murder him, but I had no evidence to the contrary. Anyway, let's get to the point. The resistance fights the establishment with its bare hands. We don't have androids, we don't have equipment, we don't have anything. Andorra, Theolux, the state, they all go for our throats.
But the fellow from the bar thinks the state is fine.
Yes, but times are changing. The state's probably starting to suspect something, so it's trying to protect its position. Let's continue. So we have to help ourselves. Andorra's planning something right now, but nobody knows what. It's known that Andorra is halting some of its constructions though, and it seems quite strange. Theolux isn't exactly innocent either, but we'll keep that for another time. And in the first place, you have to find some documentation from the construction. Anything you can lay your hands on. Now you'll have to get inside their local office somehow, but all in secret. If something happens to you, or someone catches you, it will be the end.
But I don't have...
The card, I know. Now you have one. Go and do what is needed. Don't return here until you have all the documents. Do you have any questions?
Zapytaj o to, kim jest.
Who are you?
Look, when you're here longer, you will get to know two things. The first one is my name, and the second one is that names aren't important at all. Until then, you can call me No Name.
Zapytaj o plany Endory i T-Rexa.
What are Andorra and Felix planning?
Do you think that if we knew we would be sending you out spying? We don't know yet, and you'll have to find out.
It doesn't seem like a simple matter to me. Why are you sending me?
They already know most of us. They have us recorded on cameras. We cannot get inside as easily as you can.
Well, I should go. I've got enough information for now.
I think so too. Now get out of here and don't return without those documents. And I probably don't have to remind you that if you say a word about any of this to anybody, you'll end up with a hole in your head, or worse. Actually, wait a minute. I can give you this useful toy.
What is it?
The only thing I can give you that can help you in your mission. An EMP gun. It can paralyze an android or anything electronic for a while. The android won't know that it's been paralyzed, but be careful so that nobody else sees you.
And what happens if I use it on something different than an android?
Can't tell you. It can do a different thing every time.
Thanks. I think it could be useful.
Okej, czyli otrzymaliśmy kartę dostępu do Endory.
I don't care what card I have. Any is better than none. I received this thing from No Name. He said it's able to paralyze an android for a short while, but that I must never be seen using it.
Czyli mamy coś w rodzaju paralizatora. No dobra. Po raz kolejny musimy udać się na stację kolejową i udać się pod bramę G14. Tak obstawiam. Jestem ciekaw, czy teraz androidy wpuszczą mnie do środka. I po raz kolejny muszę się z nimi spotkać. Powiem wam tak, to wcale nie jest przyjemne. Jakoś nie przepadam za tymi robotami. O! Mogłem wejść do środka. W sumie nawet nie musiałem z nimi rozmawiać.
I have to watch my tongue. Otherwise, I'll end up in the police station and that would be the end.
Dobra, co my tutaj mamy? Biuro Przydziału Pracy. Urzędnik państwowy.
Considering he's a well-paid clerk with a simple job, he looks pretty angry. Hello.
Hello, what can I do for you?
Chciałbym się zatrudnić w vendorze.
I'd like to be assigned to Endora as an employee.
One more time, please.
I'd like to...
All right. So I understood it right. Where are you employed?
Nowhere just now.
I see. But how come you still have a card?
Powiedz, że odszedłeś z własnej woli. Powiedz, że zostałeś zwolniony. Powiedz, że pracowałeś u prywaciarza.
I left the job voluntarily.
Interesting. You have a sense of humor.
Powiedz, że zostałeś zwolniony.
Well, I was just joking a little. Who would leave voluntarily these days? I was sacked because there was no work for me. But I'd worked hard, so they let me keep the card.
That's possible. And where did you work?
Powiedz, że w vendorze. Powiedz, że w Tilex.
For Endora.
You see for yourself they have no vacancies. I've seen their statistics. Simply bad luck. Goodbye.
Powiedz, że masz bogate doświadczenie.
In fact, I worked at many places already. With Endora, with Felix, and I helped in the slums here and there.
You want to chit-chat about life with me or what? Shall I fetch a bottle of Chianti?
Well, I just mean the work for Endora was the best I've ever had. I'd like to get involved there again.
I'd like a lot of things.
I worked well all the time. I didn't deserve to be fired.
Others didn't deserve that either, especially in Theolex. So, get lost. Those things aren't for you to decide.
Czyli jednak nie chcą mnie z powrotem do pracy. No cóż poradzę? Nic nie poradzę. Tak naprawdę. Mamy wizytówkę.
Roman Petra, work assignment officer. Those state employees. He even checks his personal email on the office server.
Okej, co my tutaj mamy? Pracownik pro pridelowani pracę. Czyli rozumiem, że Petrenko to tak naprawdę jest czeskie nazwisko, czy tam słowackie. A ja wcześniej powiedziałem, że ukraińskie. Oj, przepraszam wszystkich Ukraińców. Jak i Czechów i Słowaków. No nie znam się po prostu na nazwiskach. Równie dobrze ktoś by mógł powiedzieć, że moje nazwisko jest jakieś, nie wiem. Nie będę mówił, jakie mam.
Discarded laboratory glass from Theolex. Some of the pieces could be useful. Let's see if some of it could be useful. That looks useful.
Richard, co ty tam weźmiesz? Co to jest?
Looks like a cooling coil, undamaged.
Co my tutaj wzięliśmy? Mamy kolbę.
Laboratory glassware. I found it near Theolex.
Okej, cewka chłodząca.
A piece of laboratory glassware I found near Theolex.
Świetnie. Dwa elementy, które tak naprawdę nie wiem, do czego mi się przydadzą. Ale skoro mogłem je podnieść, to prawdopodobnie gdzieś będę mógł je tutaj wykorzystać. Tablica informacyjna.
We are a company with years of experience. Professor Petrenko came up with the idea of creating the corporation from which Theolex rose. Before the war, we only had one branch, but android manufacturing made us what we are now. There is no town you wouldn't find us in. There's no household without a product of ours. We rose from technology, and we create technology. Eh? Why all the elevated talk?
Nie mam zielonego pojęcia. Główne wejście, ale widzę, że są jakieś lasery, więc pewnie nie przejdę.
I have no reason to hang around, so I'll keep my distance.
Dobra, ale mamy tylne wejście.
I have no reason to hang around, so I'll keep my distance.
Skoro nie mogę wejść tutaj ani tutaj, to gdzie ja się powinienem udać? Poczekajcie, coś tu mamy. Zużyte naczynia laboratoryjne. No tak, wzięliśmy tą cewkę i tą kolbę. Niczego tutaj więcej nie widzę. Slumsy. Biuro z przydziału. No w jaki sposób musielibyśmy się dostać do pracy, w sensie zdobyć pracę?
Bastards. They're everywhere. The clerk spoke quite strangely about Theolex. Maybe it's somehow connected with the mass layoff. I'll read the lists of fired personnel carefully. Let's see. There's a card number in the list that doesn't look like a slums number. His leaving papers are effective from tomorrow. That means he has to return his card tomorrow. From someone from the management? It must be worse than death. Actually, he isn't good at anything. And won't be able to get home either.
Możemy to wykorzystać.
I can see Endora has been sacking more people than ever. The problem is, most of the people only find out the morning they don't let them come back to work.
It's you again?
Zapytaj o jego pracę dla Felix.
May I ask you about your experience with Theolex?
I don't see why I should tell you.
I worked there for some time. I had a bad experience with them too.
And what?
Powiedz, że zostałeś zwolniony. Powiedz, że kierownictwo cię nie lubiło. Powiedz o fałszywych oskarżeniach.
They accused me falsely. In fact, I don't even know what allegedly I did or didn't do.
Mongrels! Yeah, they do that to almost everybody. My son's in the same situation, and I fear what they're gonna do to him. Will they fire him, take his card, or kill him outright? Look, you want to get into Endora, right? And what are you ready to do for that job?
Powiedz, że nic. Powiedz, że wszystko. Zapytaj, co z tego będziesz miał.
Anything.
I'm glad to hear that. So, listen, if you can get into Theolex and delete all the information about the allegation of my son, you'll be assigned to Endora in no time. And now go away, lest they start suspecting us. They don't like me much here.
Okej. Urzędnik obiecał wpuścić mnie do Endory, jeżeli usunę zapis o kradzieżach jego syna w firmie Felix. To dobrze strzeżony kompleks, nie będzie łatwo dostać się do środka. Ale my mamy kartę. Kartę, która prawdopodobnie nam pomoże dostać się do tego ośrodka, czy tam do tego zakładu. Tylko gdzie miałbym go szukać? Czy teraz się on pojawił na mojej mapie? No jeżeli nie wrócę do pociągu, to nie będę widział. Endora. Poczekamy, aż przyjedzie obciąg. Mieszkanie Richarda, supermarket, brama G14, mieszkanie profesora. Kurde no. Nigdzie tutaj nie ma Telex. Nie. Może faktycznie. No bo te dwie firmy ogólnie są w jakiś sposób połączone ze sobą. Ja mam kartę, a tutaj jest wejście. Może tej karty będę mógł użyć gdzieś tutaj. Karta Felix, zużyte naczynia laboratoryjne. Tutaj nigdzie nie widzę żadnego czytnika. Wystarczyło wejść bliżej w interakcję. Skaner siatkówki.
Retina scanner. They do have a sense of security around here. I have no idea how to get around it.
Slot na kartę. Powinienem to skonsultować z kimś, kto ma większe doświadczenie w tych sprawach. Firma Felix jest najbardziej strzeżona niż myślałem. Tu jest skaner tęczówki oka. Wpisz swoją kombinację ID. Właściciel karty profesor Oleg Petrenko. Kod dzienny 7. Kombinacja na przemian.
Damn, bad code.
Cholera, zły kod. Kod dzienny 7. Kombinacja na przemian?
Damn.
Zły kod, ale tak czy inaczej nie mam tęczówki oka, więc byłby problem, żeby dostać się do środka. Powinienem to skonsultować z kimś, kto ma większe doświadczenie w tych sprawach. Kto ma większe doświadczenie w tych sprawach? Może Tom?
It's you again. Have you met?
Well, not...
We have...
Albo po prostu cofnąć się do magazynu i pogadać z tamtym kolesiem. No nie wiem, będziemy kombinować. Dobra, udajmy się do mieszkania Richarda. Pójdziemy porozmawiać z Tomem.
Tom, I have one more request for you, and this time it's not simply opening a child's diary.
Richard, I warn you. If you get mixed up in something, I'll be pissed off. But all right. It'll be better if I help you, rather than you going to somebody else. Because I know you're stubborn enough to do that.
Dowiedz się o skanerze tęczówki oka.
No questions, please. I need to get around an eye scanner.
Are you serious?
Yes, I am serious.
If it's some kind of a new Theolex model, then it's impossible.
It's right in Theolex, and it must be possible.
I'm telling you it's not. Except, maybe.
Maybe what?
Well, it's a long shot, but if you had the eye of somebody with access to the facility, it might be possible.
Would it matter if the person was dead?
What? Are you kidding?
Don't worry, I'm not gonna kill anyone. Someone else did that already.
It's theoretically possible. You'd have to be quick, and you'd have to keep the eye somewhere. Ethanol would be the best.
Do you happen to have some ethanol?
You know it's hard to come by. The booze I got here isn't anywhere near strong enough.
But you used to make your own, right?
Yeah, that's right. I still have my distillery in the back room, but there are parts missing.
What do I need to get?
Some bottles, definitely. One for the burner, and one to put the ethanol in. A cooling coil, a cork, and something to distill. Old fruit would be good.
Thanks. That won't be difficult to find.
Why do I always fall for this?
Zakończ rozmowę.
I'm leaving. I can't just stand here.
Well, don't get yourself into something you can't handle.
No dobra, my mamy tutaj kilka elementów w naszym ekwipunku. Mamy gnijące owoce, mamy kolbę, cewkę chłodzącą. Też pojawił się wpis w naszym PDA. Jest sporo rzeczy, o które powinienem wypytać kilka osób. Tom pozwolił mi na destylację etanolu na swoim zapleczu, ale jego aparatura jest niekompletna. Będą mi potrzebne sfermentowane owoce, mata korkowa, cewka chłodząca i kolba. Wszystkie te elementy mam w moim ekwipunku.
I can see Tom's got some interesting stuff here.
Mamy łom.
A crowbar will be useful.
Aparatura do destylacji.
I need a cooling coil, a suitable bottle for the burner, rotting fruit, and a cork. I have everything I need to put together a distillery, so let's get brewing. The plum jar might be useful. I remember we used to have fruits in those.
Okej. Słoik do owoców.
Looks like the distillation process went right. I hope the ethanol is good.
Słoik etanolu. Okej, chyba nic więcej już stąd zabrać nie będę mógł. No dobra, wyjdźmy na zewnątrz i pogadajmy z Tomem.
Tom,
Zakończ rozmowę.
I'm leaving. I can't just stand here.
Well, don't get yourself into something you can't handle.
Jest sporo rzeczy, o które powinienem wypytać kilka osób. Ale my mamy słoik etanolu.
I don't know what to do.
Jak nie wiesz, co zrobić?
Bad idea.
Chyba że coś jeszcze z tym muszę zrobić innego.
Rather not. Bad idea. It's not going to. Not like that. Waste of. Not like that. Homemade ethanol. Made according to an old family recipe. I don't know what to do. Tom?
Zakończ rozmowę.
I'm leaving. I can't just stand here.
Well, don't get yourself into something you can't handle.
Tom is my only family, although we're not really. He raised me after the death of my parents.
No dobra, skoro nic nie możemy tutaj zrobić, to gdzie? Udało nam się zdobyć etanol. Mieszkanie. Mieszkanie profesora, mieszkanie Richarda, supermarket, brama G14. No nie, no wydaje mi się, że w jakiś sposób musielibyśmy od Toma zebrać cenne informacje.
Tom, I'm proud of myself. This is decent ethanol.
O!
Hey, your self-praise stinks as bad as that stuff. Besides, what's the use of the ethanol without the eye?
I guess you're right. I don't even know where to look for it.
A morgue, maybe? Or an autopsy room? There aren't too many places like that in the slums. Depends how important the owner of the eye was.
Well, he lived in Old Town in a nice apartment, and the government seemed to be pretty interested in him.
Then he'll be in the slums hospital. It's the last railway station in the direction towards town. It used to be a government facility, but then the district borders were shifted. It's too good for the slums.
Guess I should check it out. Thanks for the info.
Czyli powinniśmy udać się do szpitala. Udało mi się przeprowadzić destylację etanolu. Tom powiedział mi, gdzie mogę znaleźć ciało profesora. I widzicie, wystarczyło wyjść na ulicę i wejść z powrotem. A kiedy wyszedłem z zaplecza i próbowałem pokazać etanol Tomowi, to nic się nie wydarzyło. W każdym bądź razie będziemy mieli prawdopodobnie nową lokację, do której będziemy mogli się udać. Dokładnie, szpital.
The local storms are more and more frequent. I hope the rain isn't too acidic.
Nie chciałbym żyć w takich czasach. Wow. W jakich żyje Richard? Bieda, slumsy, walka o przetrwanie. No nie, zdecydowanie nie.
Looking around? I'm glad I never needed to go to a hospital. Although this one must have been pretty before.
Jest android.
I've never seen an android like that. It looks almost friendly.
Welcome to the Prague slums hospital. How can I help you?
You are a woman?
Yes, I'm one of the latest Theolex female series. And please don't stare at me like that.
Sorry, you even speak nicely. Almost sophisticated. I haven't seen an android like you before.
My communication module is the most advanced system in the field.
Wow. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to get used to that.
Can I help you?
Zapytaj, czy przypadkiem się nie przejęzyczyła.
Was it just my imagination, or did your tongue really slip in the greeting?
Yes, it was an error in sentence construction. I'm sorry.
Wait a minute. Androids don't make these kinds of mistakes. You're machines, robots.
I'm also going to consider your remark a slip of the tongue. You will certainly want to correct yourself.
Powiedz, że się nie poprawisz.
I don't think so. I'm not gonna say sorry to an android, especially not for calling her a machine or a robot. You should be glad I didn't call you a pile of junk.
I'm an android of the third generation with an H5000 communication and emotions module. I'm fluent in 20 languages and I can acquisition human mentality. I'm not just a machine and my slip of the tongue proves it. This hospital hasn't always been this way. I used to be somebody. However, I respect your decision and I'm going to leave the topic for now.
Zapytaj, co się stało ze szpitalem.
What happened here anyway? Advanced equipment? Nice building? Looks like it was built recently. And yet it's shabby and ruined, just like everything else in the district.
I will tell you everything I know about the building if you are interested. If you don't think a story of a simple machine would be boring.
Powiedz, że nie masz czasu na pogawędki. Powiedz, że chcesz znać najważniejsze fakty. Powiedz, że chcesz wszystko wiedzieć.
I'd like to hear everything you can tell me.
As you said earlier, the hospital was built recently. It was originally called Prague Government Hospital and it was the most advanced facility of its kind. The best people worked here. After the shift of the borders in 2037, the hospital ended up in the slums and took over the old facility destroyed by the war. Most of the personnel were transferred to the new government hospital. Only a few androids of my class and 2 doctors stayed here.
Kontynuuj temat.
So that's why this place is so shabby and neglected. You don't have time to take care of everything.
Unfortunately, sir, I'm supposed to take care of the reception desk, but I can't handle everything. And the place is always empty anyway. 2 doctors, one of whom is a pathologist and the other an anesthesiologist, won't attract too many patients. Even if they can afford a doctor, that is. After the introduction of the medical treatment fees, healthcare became a luxury most of the slum inhabitants can't afford.
And do you have any patients here then?
Of course. Our morgue is always full. The service is the cheapest here. Please see the information bulletin with a discount voucher at the table.
No, thank you. I hope I'm not going to be needing these kinds of services anytime soon, even if they're the cheapest.
Under certain circumstances, they include transport too.
But all in all, you must be pretty bored around here, aren't you?
Unfortunately, I must agree with you. You can't imagine how glad I was to be able to speak with you, sir.
I'm glad I could help, and thank you for the information.
Zapytaj, czemu tak przygasa światło.
I noticed the light goes off from time to time, and then you sort of stagger.
It's the storm, sir. We are not connected to the network and our generator fails from time to time. Sometimes even I have to recharge at this blue stand behind me.
Really? How come I haven't seen you doing it yet?
My task is to be at the reception at the disposal of the customers at all times, and charging would take some time.
So, are you gonna stagger like this forever?
I have to wait until tomorrow when somebody comes to relieve me.
Zaproponuj pomoc.
I could replace you for a while so you could go recharge yourself. It doesn't look like anybody should be coming anyway.
You never know, but thank you. I gladly accept your offer.
Okej, android sobie poszedł. My możemy się rozejrzeć.
Done? That was quick.
Yes, recharging doesn't take long. Thank you again. It should do for a while.
Zaproponuj pomoc.
If you need to recharge again, I'd be happy to wait here for a moment.
It's not necessary right now, but thank you for your offer.
I think I'll be going. Goodbye. The ceiling is held together by the power of pure will, but there are magazines on the table. Pragmatic, a guide for the modern man. I didn't know they still publish these nowadays. I don't have the time to go through it.
Nie mam czasu na czytanie. Na stole tak naprawdę niczego nie ma. Ale mamy informacje, będziemy wiedzieli, gdzie jest kostnica.
Angiocentrum, urology, something, orthopedy. Ugh. There's no morgue or an autopsy room. Of course, why would anybody look for those? No visitors there.
Terminal.
Information terminal for visitors. I need the professor's eye. This is where I might find his body. Nothing. The databases are empty. Or there are no patients here, which wouldn't surprise me.
No nie, no bez przesady. Po coś przyszliśmy do tego szpitala. W jakiś sposób musimy dostać się do tego prosektorium.
I can't see what's on them.
Dobra, spróbujemy androida wysłać jeszcze raz na podładowanie, a my zerkniemy na monitory.
Is there anything else I can do for you?
Zapytaj o drogę do kostnicy.
Can you tell me how to get to the morgue?
Of course. Go to the end of the reception hall and take the hallway to your right. The elevator at the end of the hallway will take you there.
Zapytaj o terminal dla odwiedzających.
There is no information at the terminal. Is it out of order?
The terminal is working, but nobody has put any information in it for 8 years.
I see.
Zaproponuj pomoc.
If you need to recharge again, I'd be happy to wait here for a moment.
Thank you. I gladly accept your offer.
Quick, before he comes back. The hospital logo's there. Nothing else.
Thank you for your help.
You're welcome. I think I'll...
Dobra, czyli na monitorze jest tylko logo szpitala i nic więcej. Idź do kostnicy.
The hallway leads to the morgue. Ugh, this doesn't feel right.
No jest creepy, zdecydowanie. Wózek szpitalny, wow, kojarzy mi się z horrorów. Za chwilę zacznie samodzielnie jeździć. Ale ogólnie jest ciemno, ta burza w tle naprawdę robi klimat.
Hope I'm never gonna be needing one of those. I better not try to sit.
O, jakiś mężczyzna tutaj jest.
Hey, what are you...
Hello.
Hello, is there anything you need?
Zapytaj, czy możesz zostać sam. Postaraj się zagadać, zakończ rozmowę.
I wanted to talk to you.
About what?
Zapytaj, na czym polega praca patologa. Zapytaj, co myśli o tym szpitalu. Zapytaj, czy ma dużo pacjentów.
What's the work of a pathologist like?
Why, are you thinking of joining us?
Not really, but I'm interested in medicine in general, and, I don't know much about pathology.
That's simple. They bring you a corpse, you cut it into small pieces, and then you catalog them. And that's all?
Well, yeah.
Zapytaj, co myśli o tym szpitalu.
What do you think of the hospital?
What do you mean? Used to be the best one in the government district, and now it's the best one in the slums.
I don't really see any difference. The corpses are the same everywhere. And you don't mind moving from a government hospital to perform autopsies on the poor?
Excuse me? Do you think I perform autopsies on the poor from the slums? Are you crazy? Nobody gives a damn about the punks around here. I only take care of those who brought to me by the police or the government.
So things really didn't change that much for you then?
No, not really. I just wish Endora would stop coming for visits.
So, Endora. I have business with them too.
But I don't want to talk about that, especially not with you.
Zapytaj, czy ma dużo pacjentów.
But you get enough clients here, don't you?
Are you kidding? I have so much work, I don't know who to cut up first. Damn, I wish the shift was over soon.
And how long do you have to stay? I mean, it's night.
I don't decide about my working hours. The tin can at the reception desk does.
Zapytaj o jego stosunki z androidami.
You don't get along with the androids very well, do you?
Don't get along. That's an understatement.
But they're so human.
Exactly. They're always complaining about everybody treating them unfairly, and they're vindictive. And there's more of them than us humans. And they plot against us.
What?
Like yesterday. One of them didn't like the way I greeted him, told the receptionist, and see, I have a night shift.
Unfortunately,
Did you say something?
just that I'm sorry for you.
Yeah, you are.
Zapytaj, czy możesz zostać sam.
Look, this might sound odd, but I really need to stay here alone for a while.
Alone? Of course. And the reason?
I'm acting on an order of a higher authority. I can't tell you anything.
Look, not that I'm suspicious or anything, but what higher authority?
Powiedz, że przysyła cię kierownictwo szpitala. Powiedz, że przysyła cię Endora. Powiedz, że przysyła cię policja.
Endora sent me.
Damn. Do you have to send people so often? And why didn't you send the same guy that came last time? And keep your voice down. My bosses are starting to smell something fishy. Other than these cadavers, of course. I can't cover up your dirty business forever.
You call it dirty business?
And what should I call it? You come, dissect or destroy what you need to, go, and leave the mess for me. At least you could have said something right away, without blabbing around.
I was trying to be polite.
Look, just leave me alone. Our deal has been honored, hasn't it? A young boy makes a mistake once and has to pay for it for the rest of his life. To think this should be it.
Okay, I'll tell my bosses. I think they'll understand. And now I would like you to do the thing.
Fine. You've got half an hour, but then you leave. Is that clear?
Of course, just like every time. And maybe for the last time.
I hope so. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Ale go zrobiliśmy w ciula. W ogóle nie chciał od nas żadnej karty identyfikacyjnej ani nic takiego. A najwidoczniej już go tak wszyscy postraszyli, że wierzy we wszystko.
That was close.
Ale czym my się tam będziemy przejmowali? Mamy skalpel.
Scalpel might be useful.
My tak naprawdę potrzebujemy oka.
Ah, poor guy. The butcher did his job thoroughly. I hope it really was an autopsy, not a failed surgery. Ugh. No way! What if I spoke to him and he answered? No, I'm not gonna dig through more bodies than I really have to.
Lodówki z ciałami. Skąd mam wiedzieć, w której lodówce jest Petrenko?
I can see the morgue is really spacious. There's too many boxes here. I can't just try one by one, and I don't even know which combination of codes opens them. I can see the morgue is...
Mogę udać się z powrotem do windy. Wjechać na górę. Musiałbym się w jakiś sposób dowiedzieć, w której szafie leży Petrenko. Inaczej nic prawdopodobnie tutaj nie zdziałam. A żeby się dowiedzieć, gdzie jest Petrenko, to pewnie musiałbym zerknąć ponownie na te monitory, albo na jakiś dłuższy sposób pozbyć się androidów.
Is there any...
Zaproponuj pomoc, zapytaj o patologa.
What do you think of the pathologist?
You mean the employee number MO8763, Dr. Patrick Kurt?
Yeah, that's him.
He's an employee with a lousy attitude, but he does his job well. He's often impolite and rude to his colleagues. Sometimes he even must be punished for it. Why are you asking anyway?
Powiedz, że dla ciebie też nie był miły. Powiedz, że z ciekawości.
Well, I've had the pleasure of meeting him. He wasn't exactly nice.
That's it. He must learn to treat our potential clients politely. I must punish Dr. Kurt again. I have no other option.
That won't be necessary.
No, there's no other way. Thank you for telling me.
Zaproponuj pomoc.
If you need to recharge again, I'd be happy to wait here for a moment.
Thank you. I gladly accept your offer.
Quick, before he comes back. The hospital logo's...
Thank you for your help.
You're welcome. If you need to recharge...
It's not necessary.
I think...
Dobra, wyjdziemy na zewnątrz i wejdziemy ponownie. I spróbuję tym razem kliknąć na te monitory. Nie spojrzeć, a kliknąć.
Is there any...
If you need to...
It's not necessary right now, but thank you for your...
I think...
Czyli musimy poczekać, aż się rozładuje troszeczkę. Kilka pewnie błyskawic i będzie po nim.
Information... I need the professor... Nothing. The databases are empty.
O, światło przygasa, android się rozładowuje.
Is there...
Zapytaj o terminal dla odwiedzających.
There is no information at the...
The terminal is working.
I see. If you need...
Thank you.
I'm not gonna move them. The android looks like it cares about them.
Thank you for your help.
You're welcome. I think...
Czyli w taki sposób się nie dowiemy, gdzie leży dr Petrenko. Znaczy profesor Petrenko. Stolik.
The ceiling is held together by the Pragmatic, a guide for the modern man. I didn't know they still publish these nowadays.
A co mówi mi moje PDA? Kiedyś ten szpital należał do rządu i na pewno będzie dobrze strzeżony. Muszę się jakoś dostać do ciała profesora, a następnie, trudno to nawet napisać, wyjąć jego oko. Nie mogę broni, a może?
Waste of time.
Strata czasu. Karta Filex. Karta osobista. Naładowany bilet.
Bad idea.
Kiepski pomysł.
I don't know what to do.
No dobra, słuchajcie, nie mam zielonego pojęcia, w jaki sposób na tą chwilę się dostać do profesora i zgadnąć, w której gablocie leży. Dlatego w tym miejscu zakończymy ten odcineczek, a do tej łamigłówki powrócimy w kolejnym. Tak więc, dzięki wielkie za uwagę, trzymajcie się i do usłyszenia. Hej!